Good morning, welcome everybody to a new session where we will be working on Notula. So let's develop it together. I have done quite a couple of things behind the scenes. So let me quickly tell you. Oh, I have to restart quickly, I think. No, I don't. Okay, good. Um, the Java home environment points to a missing. I don't think I have the Java home environment set. I do have the Java home set to something. I'm being distracted again. But there is no such directory. Cannot access, no such file. It's JDK. Yeah, okay, so my Java home points wrongly. Something I have to fix. It's weird. No, I don't have Java there. Okay, but it doesn't matter too much. So let's catch up where we've been. Last time I was working on the sessions. Everything for is done now. So if I start this one, why can't I just quickly start it? Start. And then here, start this one. I might have to delete my database. Yeah, that's okay. I'll fix that later. PSQL. SU min Postgres. PSQL. How is it to switch databases? I don't know. PSQL min. Database Notula does not exist. Weird. Small n. Yes, small n. Okay. Yes. Okay. So my database, my application will start up. Why? Because I've made changes to my Liquibase, which you normally shouldn't do, but yeah. Drop table. Drop table. And then okay, nothing. So if I finite register the end, then it will work and it will run and will start from a clean database. So what have we done in the meantime? You will see that yeah, I am no longer signed in. Great. But going back at oh damn, wrong button. This is so annoying. Okay, give me a new shell. Docker exec min Notula Postgres /bin/bash. Okay, su Postgres PSQL Notula. Yes, okay, /d plus. So you'll see that now we have more database, more tables. So we have the users, we have sessions, and then we have organizations and organization users. How is it all linked together? Basically, so you have users, which are so you have users, which are just people who log in with their email addresses. Open. Okay. I think I am logged in now. Yes, good. So what do we have is we just have users. Just people with their email addresses, passwords, nothing more. Probably want to keep a bit more information there later on, but we'll see later. Then you have sessions. Sessions is basically if you log in, your tokens, those kind of things, that's all stored in there. This will also be the place where you, for instance, store like IP addresses or MAC addresses or information about the browser which you're logged in to detect things going wrong or like people trying to hijack your session, those kind of things. Then you have organizations. Of course, organizations are just companies and whatever of which you actually are a member, and that's where the organization user comes in, which is a linking table between your organization and your users. So that is basically it. Currently, because I just dropped the database, there's nothing in there. And at the moment, you can, which I can see here, because a user, I can create my user. User, I have to do this one, not this one, this one. Base URL unresolved variable. Yeah, of course, because I need to switch my dev environment. Yes, okay. Whoop. See, so creating a user works. So now you can see I've created it with my email address and my password. Maybe I shouldn't really use my real email address. Why can't I change this? But you will see that my sessions is still empty, organization is still empty, and of course my organization users is also still empty. So there is nothing there. This is the body. Here is my body. Okay. Okay, save. And then let's, if I want to create a session, creating a session is basically logging in. I've went for some more fancy naming. If I do this, then you will see that I create a session. And this is my access token. The refresh token is currently not returned yet, even though it is created. You will see from sessions. So you will see that here I actually have a refresh token, but it's currently not returned yet, not even as a header-only cookie. That's not implemented yet, because I don't do anything with it yet. Then you see as well, headers, nothing is returned. But I'm currently logged in, and with this access token, I can actually create an organization. So create organization, then again here you have to add the name Notula, and then in your authorization you'll see, why is this not saved, that I will specify a bearer token and this as a token, and then I send it, and then I said, oh, it says created, and then there you have the name. So organizations, you will see that there is an organization. And then at organization users, you will see that there is a link between organization 1 and user ID. which is me. So that's wait, that was wrong. So that's currently how it works. Front-end wise, I haven't implemented it yet, and that is what I want to do right now. Well, not everything, of course. What do I want to do is I want to be able to actually I have to move this aside again, I guess. Let's save this. Save. I have to should update my script so it does it automatically. There are you can do a script like here a post script, and then you can say like to extract it. So I have to look it up how to actually do it, and then you can here use the variable. It's so much easier. I should set it up because then you can just send it, because now you will see that in 15 minutes this token expires because the active fun fact, of course, the active until that you get here, that you see here, which is in 1312 1312, that is in 7 days. 7 days. That's in 7 days. So, but that's actually not the access token that is held for 7 days. It's your session that is active for 7 days. And so it will actually be your refresh token that you can no longer use in 7 days. The access token you can, in case you want to know. Okay, I have to make sure. Why is it not okay like this? Yes. You can go to, let me move this on screen. And then I have to make sure I make it visible as well. Window capture. And then I say okay, this one. Yes, okay. Okay. Uh, okay, so it should be visible now. And there you go. So this is JW.io. Here you can safely, or relatively safely, copy and paste your token, and then you will see all the information the algorithm used, the expiry, which actually is 6th of December, 7:46 GMT plus 1, and when it was issued, 1716. So you'll see this token actually is valid for 30 minutes, which I think theoretically they still say is the upper bound of tokens. My subject is my user ID. And then, of course, my signature. I don't know my own signature. It's my properties file. Okay, so that's what we have. That's what we have so far. How is it all set up? It is set up with the session. Here you have the access token service, which actually creates the session. So here I will create it and whatever and stuff, but the actual using and filtering is all done through. Also here you have the encoder and decoder being specified together with the algorithm and the key specification, which is just a variable that comes from my actually I'm thinking, does this not have a string that I can use? No, it only has the HS52. Okay, so these two are actually tied together a bit in a certain way, a bit annoying. I don't think there is anywhere H back. Bouncy castle. No, see, I always try to look to see if they actually have constants I can use, but PDF Nimbus. Nimbus is currently what I use because that's what came with the actual Spring, and they also seem to have their own HMAC class, but yeah, no constants or whatsoever of certain things. So how do I do this again? Yeah, okay, keyboard shortcuts. But so, and actually, anyway, in the way and so this is where actually the filtering happens. The web security config, where you can see that I have a few endpoints which are permitted um, by all, the post of users, post of session, because otherwise you can't register, you can't log in, and every other one has to be authenticated. And then I have my OAuth 2 resource service set up, which takes JWT, which is just defaults. Defaults is perfectly fine because we have the decoder set up, and that's what Spring will use. This took me quite some time to actually figure it out and to get it all working and set up. But that is exactly how it currently works now. My controller, null type safety. I should really disable this because it's so such bullshit. I mean, like, yes, this can never return null. I don't see how this ever could return null unless the 2URI returns null. But I mean, like, stop complaining about all this. All my controllers have. Okay, not all my controllers. Yeah, I should update it because I've added a lot of extra stuff here in the base controller to figure, well, to make things more easier, such as like, yeah, getting the principal. Now that will be required. Okay, but so what I want to do today is I want to focus on my front ends, where currently you can log in. Very secure. It was not very secure. What was my password again? It was very secure. Why am I not being logged in? Is he connecting to the wrong? Very secure. I can show the passwords. Yes, login. Okay, no. Must have typed. Now I'm actually starting to think like, did I do something wrong? Why was it not showing an error? Ah, well, because my error handling is shit. Yes, that makes sense. So currently, I immediately go to the dashboard, which is wrong because yes, while I am logged in, I'm actually not part of any organization. So I shouldn't be allowed to go to the dashboard, which yes, the page looks horrible, but it's just a placeholder. So this is not correct. It is not good. And in the past, if I go back, this also should not be allowed anymore. Basically, I'm logged in now. I shouldn't be allowed to go to this page and to register whatever. I should automatically be sent to my dashboard, my login page, because I'm logged in. But so this page was mainly created using AI, and I think it looks very nice, except that this text I still have to update your notes organizing. This is an update. This is correct because it's about organizing your meetings today, and so I have to find a better text for this, but I'm postponing things. So yeah, I think this is my Bitwarden and that does things. Yeah, okay, that's okay. He's just I have a lot of accounts saved for yeah other local environments. It's a bit crazy. But so what do I want to do? I want to have, well, an extra route, not dashboard, but a new folder, which is select organization, I guess. And then using AI, let's try something. Control Shift I. Yeah. I hope I still have tokens. My inline suggestions have been completely used up already. Yeah. So my autocomplete will no longer work, which actually, fun fact or scumbag move, I guess, is that you will see it was complaining about deprecated stuff. And so that is here, this IntelliCode and whatever, and this API usage examples, whatever, those kind of things are deprecated now. But I think in the past they were actually also used for, well, for, I don't know for what, but if I do final string equals new, see, so it does give me some code completion, but it doesn't do Control I. Yeah, that's stupid. I'm just afraid that with this extension, if I, well, I will uninstall it, it's deprecated, doesn't matter. Cancel. Okay. So this will go away as well, and then I'm focusing all on. So I hope this would still work, and I hope and I think it will still work. The annoying thing is that the code completion that AI generates is most of the time like very basic, and I think it's ridiculous there is such a big limitation on it. But hey, what can we do? So we have the register page with here, so I'm going to create new plus page.svelte. And this here I can say create a page where a user can create a new organization. Your page can select an organization he is part of or create a new organization. And then we will see what AI can do with it. Okay, definitely not my. This is definitely not how I would write it. It's very. Oh my god, styling inline. Okay, yeah, sure. I will accept it for now. And then, okay, so the thing is that this is also not how you would write the actual, how do you say, svelte. I mean, that's why you have the whole, what was it again? Is it? I don't think I have already something like that, but I think it's like you have the part where you say like, yeah, you don't do this kind of stuff in your page.svelte, you do it in the, not in the layouts, but you have more backend stuff for like loading kind of stuff. And the whole load organization is also not something that you should do, like the on mount. I don't think that is how Svelte works anymore. It might have done, but now typically you do it differently. Select organization. Okay, I'm curious how this actually looks. So let's see if it shows it. So I can just cheat and I can go to select dash organization. And that does not look too good. Yeah, there is already an error. What is this? Type error can't export the call first child getter is undefined. Oh, this is really horrible. Section getter. Selecting select. Oh my god. That's Control Shift I, Control. Okay, so Control Shift I is format. Control Alt O is import. Okay. And AI chat stuff. I will give AI not copy object, copy message, and then he will can fix it. Vibe coding. Oh, this as well is like, oh my god, horrible. I mean, like this should all have been translated and whatever, and this should have been extracted. Actually, technically, the whole thing I want to be extracted. I'm actually thinking, how do I even want to do it? Because I probably want this section. I don't here want to have like this option. I probably want to have a button, you can click on it, and then oh, he duplicates so many things. Oh, this is it's nice to have an idea, but this is really horrible. Just horrible. What has he come up with? Create name? How would that be a problem? Create organization. I didn't even press the create organization, so this can definitely not be the problem. So undo. We're not doing that shit. What actually happens? Why did it actually create an issue? I don't know. Now it seems to work. I don't know why it was giving me an exception the first time. So yeah, this is not what I had in mind. But anyway, so here you can create an organization. Okay, fine. I will style it myself. I will do it myself. Or what organization new file. I think it's called organization. Should be called organization client. Yes. And then I have new file organization types.ts. Yes. Now I'll just copy paste this. And then I use the organization info, which with an ID and name, which is a string. This is a create organization request with a name, and that's it. Session types should not have been updated, so I'm gonna undo this. Session client, I'm also just gonna copy paste this completely into here. It becomes my organization client. And this takes a create organization request, and he returns organization info. For the rest, this is exactly the same, which actually makes me think that maybe I should extract this. I have done this in the past. It is a class, so I mean, this should be perfectly fine to just have helper method to say like post JSON. Yes. And that's the nice thing if you standardize stuff, and you know, for instance, that like if you say then I need not assets form organization. Where would I call this? Client network, not network, not client. Client is bad. Request HTTP common. Common is such a bad way as well because then it's like, oh, everything just can go in there. But client is also such a bad name, I guess. Why would you call this client? Because then if you actually have a concept assets, maybe I should just call it common. I'm just gonna call it common for now. And then you have a new file, client.ts. Export defaults. Wait, it's called export default class. Client. I'm thinking, do you have abstract classes? Okay, and then here I can have basically this method, copy, paste, but then this will just be post, and then let me see, JavaScript generics, I assume. And generics typescripting. Okay, so it's a function post, and this is the okay, request response, they both would be R, so I can't do that. So then I guess I should do request response. Request is type requests, promise of type response, something like that. Request if you type it correctly. So then I say get endpoint as a string, I assume. And I say fetch endpoint is a post application JSON single. Something tells me that this is not 100% formatted the way I want it to be formatted. I should check my formatter. I can't even see my line. Where's my line numbers? I don't have line numbers. Lib common has to go down. Session has to go down. Although technically I do say I import the more general libraries on top, and then more closer by the lower they are. Organization types is lower because it's dot slash. This is like lib common client, so it should be on top. And then here I can just say, so I can just say return post endpoint. And my request will be request. Et voila. And there you have it. It's between. Here's my line. My line. For some reason, if you do it this small, then you can't see your line numbers. If you make it big, okay. If you make it big, then you can see it. So my line number here is, oh, it's less than 80. Which makes me think, why is this not? Okay, yeah, this is too long. This is more than 80. What happened to my formatter? This should be formatting with prettier. Format documents. Why is it not formatting correctly? I have to look at my formatter. Prettier, print with 80, tab with. I think somewhere you can set the formatter, but format document, this is not working. This is not even doing anything decent at all. What the hell happened to my formatter? Is Prettier installed? Prettier is in. What? This is number case. Prettier legacy. What do you mean? Why is it legacy? Which makes me wonder which formatter is it actually using then if it's not using Prettier? And why is it saying Prettier legacy? Oh, this is probably the new one. Why is there a new one? This is version 12.07, version 11. Okay, so install, just publisher. Here it says, extended extension is being moved from to Prettier VS Code version 12 plus is only published the new information. So I guess this one is indeed this one, yes. So now that it is being installed, I guess I can say format document with Prettier. That seems to be more correct. This is still not format document with configure default Prettier. Okay, that's better. Okay, Prettier does not like empty lines between class and things, apparently. Okay, okay, if you say so, that's what you want. Yeah, I think it's a bit too compact, but it might be. End of line, brackets, brackets, same line, bracket, same line, puts me. Okay, that's C, so primer, JSX, bracket, same line. I don't think you even do JSX. Require pragma, semi, print semicolons, true, single quote, step with trailing comma, none, use steps, true, parser plugins override. It's a bit annoying that it doesn't, but yeah, as I that's the whole point of it a bit. That, yeah, it's an opinionated framework. So yeah, select org. Where is it? Create organization, prevent default, create error, set, unsubscribe, create name. Like this is really not how you do Svelte. I mean, like what is? What do you mean create name, subscribe? Like writable. This is. I think this is pre. I think the writable is something you would do before you had ruins. If you look at how, for instance, my register page does it now, see it uses like state management and whatever. And here you bind them. I don't really understand why you would do this. I'm not even sure why you would do it twice. What is this even? Oh, oh my god. I guess that's a bit the downside as well with using Svelte, is that AI is not up to date with it. Probably not that much. And here as well, like this is actually where it's creating it, I think. Created orgs updates, automatically select a newly created organization, select, yeah. Okay, creating set false. This is probably what we want still to do. But so here it will be the organization client dot create, and then here I say const request of type create organization request, and there it will be name create name, I think, called, Is this not type annotation can be used in type annotations? This is not type annotation. Type annotation can only be used in TypeScript files. Oh, right. Fun fact, of course, I have to put it in my script part. My register returns a void, which I did not explicitly mention. Actually, typically I do want that. I'm not sure if that's something that I normally can I configure my files format. Prettier. Okay, that didn't do anything. What if I say for my document width spelled for VS Code? Nope. For my document width prettier. Okay, yeah, that doesn't matter too much, I guess. Normally what I would do is I would put void here to make it explicitly clear that this returns nothing. Okay, but so this is what you actually want to do. And so why is it here? But this should be in the type tag. No, it isn't the type tag. Oh, lang is missing. Yeah, of course, now it's complaining about all the typing errors. Oh, type writable string, another one, and create name name value of the name value. Oh my god, this is horrible. Name value, unexpected token. What is name value? Name value is a writable name value. Is, type string. Variable name value is used before being assigned. Of course it is. Like what? Who the hell? I was gonna say who the hell wrote this code? I know who wrote the code. Oh my god. The fun fact is that it actually does bind it. So like I don't understand why he didn't do like what I did here. I mean like you bind the value, okay. Is this my own text field or is this a I might have created my own abstract text fields. Yes, I have my own text fields. Because I want to show the error and whatever in the autocomplete, that's why I have my own text field. So I'm going to do here as well text field bind value equals, yeah, create name. But create name should not be, should be a dollar state. And then I think I have removed, do I have to remove the dollar? I'm gonna, my svelte knowledge is a bit is a bit, how to say it, it's not really up to date. Well, it's not really the greatest because I'm more of a backend engineer. This should become dollar $t, and then here I say common dot, not like common dot with quotes, label create organization. Let me think, how does it actually look like? Where is my page? My page, okay, my page, it doesn't show anything, so it will be shown. So this has to be saying name, common dot name. Can I import it automatically? Yes. Okay. ID equals name, I guess. Type equals text, that's correct. Placeholder, I don't want placeholder. I don't do area label. Let's set it as required. I say autocomplete. No, I don't do an autocomplete. Organization name, there's no such type. Error, I don't care about error. Can I not import text field? And then I have to say form on submit. No, I have to say it's no validate on submit. Like this. The class probably serves a purpose. Actually, fun fact, in this page I set my h2 inside my form. Why is it inside my form, not outside my form? The button, the div. Should the div also not be outside of the form? Well, maybe the div not really. Where's my other page? Should my title not, should my form not? That's an interesting thing. Something to think about. Text field dots felt. Should this felt be there? Yeah, this felt should be there. Why is it complaining? Probably missing something. Property autocomplete is missing. What if I don't want to do an autocomplete? What are the options for autocomplete? Full autofill. URL, nickname, language, organization ID. Let's see. HTML autocomplete. What are the possible values for it? You can just say off. Okay. Oh, apparently you have organization. Autocomplete equals organization. Interesting. I did not know you actually had it. So let's go back to our page. We say to select organization. There it is crashing. Great. Why is it crashing? Unexpected token. Name value. Of course, because I don't really need to do name value anymore, do I? The create name has been fixed, so to say, that I can just now take the value. I don't have to unsubscribe. I don't have to subscribe. If not name value, that is my validation, which is what here as well. If password next one, okay, here in if name value dot length is 0. No, it's not if create name, that's if create name dot length create error set name required return, and all I do here name I say create name unexpected token. Why is that unexpected token? Because in here I can do it. I can say just email and password. Create name should be a string. Create name is this is really horrible codes. Creates request not then and then I do creating not set false. This will require a lot of cleanup. Why is this unexpected token? The punt comma or the dot comma was the unexpected token. Okay, what's next? Bind value cannot bind to constant. That makes sense, well, because this should be a let. Let me quickly svelte over state versus writable, because maybe I'm outdated. Eventually, stores will likely get deprecated in favor of $state 2 years ago. Yes, okay, so definitely writable is the old way of doing it, and the ruins is the new way. I did hear about that, but I don't. So all of this, yeah, oh, okay, I see. And then dot, and here I have set catch, and then I guess here I have to say create error dot set. I don't even know what type E actually would be. E dot message, does it even have that? This is something I still have to completely revamp, basically. And then here I should say first say creating set true, and then all of this can go away. And then now it should be happier. For events, wait, I have an on click. Page was mixing old on click and new syntaxes for event handling is not allowed. Okay, yes, I'm aware of that. I would not do it myself. Okay, so this looks horrible, of course. That's also because the button is not the correct type of button. This should have been here button type equals submit. That is already on there. He puts his class first. I think that actually makes a lot more sense to put the class first. I don't know why I. So here I should fix this. My type comes after it. Primary full width. The problem is that he probably overrode primary in here somewhere. No, he did not. Okay, might be because of the login form. Oh, that's something I probably still have to fix as well. The whole CSS nightmare that AI generated. Login form. I have here a login form. Where is my button? Button should be fine. Button icon. Button primary. They should also be fine. Button primary. No. This seems fine. This is a form, display flex. Here, oh yeah, here he overwrites my button primary in here. Okay, it's exactly what I thought he did. So, no, you don't do this. Okay, not so sure it looks better. But yeah, all of this CSS is basically something I have to delete. Also the CSS for login form, I'm not sure if I want to keep separate CSS for login form. I don't think so. But I have to, yeah, I have to standardize a bit more the whole container as well. But so if I do a test, then I say create, then what is it saying here? Validation field for argument 0. This field create session in full password. Okay, well the problem also is the problem probably also is that I don't do my actual authentication. This is something that is a bit annoying. So here I should probably do fetch URL request init. I think it is the init. Well, the init's what I'm doing here now, and the headers. That's probably what I should do now. Init question mark URL. You know what I should do? I should do a public static async post authenticator. But it's a bit stupid, no? Because most of my things will be authenticated. So maybe I should just do here my token question mark, which is a string, and then my headers are here authorization bearer token. Okay, the problem is that currently of course I don't have micro token. It's not stored anywhere, so I'm just gonna cheese it a bit. That's why I say here return post comma, and then I say here post token equals, because my endpoint is also wrong. It's not sessions, this is organizations. That's actually what was wrong with it. So if I would go back to this now and I say here test and I say create, then it still says error. Why is that now? Because of a different error, of course, because default message must not be blank. What is it saying? To error create session DTO. I'm not creating a session DTO, I'm creating an organization. Do I have to refresh it? Why do I get an internal error currently? Sometimes it just happens. I'm not sure why. Create. Still failing. Why is that? Because email not blank. Why is it still saying email not blank? Did I do the wrong one? Organization client creates. That should be no organizations. That should be fine. Huh. Post get endpoint. It should return organizations. Why is it saying session controller? Why is it going to my session controller? It says if I make a call to my session, which should not be the case. Where is my session? That would be session client. You know what it can be? I hope that's not the case. Find all references. Nope, it's only used in one page. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Organization client should be used. Find all references on this page. Yeah, no, that's fine. I thought that sometimes what happens is that you actually say like, oh yeah, I import this client and I just give it a different name. But that's definitely not the case. So what is going on here? Why is it saying expected end of data, find one column JSON data? It's also, wait, let me see. The actual network. This might be helpful. Can I clear all of this? Whatever. I do a post to organizations. Okay, it just returns a 401. Now why do I see in here creates DTO? Did I do something wrong in my backend with my organization controller? In my create organization DTO, no? Resolved frame respecting methods. Method argument not valid exception. Validation failed to field 0, implement response entity, session info DTO. Comes in session controller create. But why does he end up in my session controller? He shouldn't end up in my session controller because I am, unless, no, it's weird because I mean, like, I did it completely with. So it is definitely giving me a 401, which makes sense. I just don't get why. Okay, so let's create a new session. The annoying thing is you always create a new session, so you end up with, oh, why do I get a 500 on sessions? Okay, that makes well, it does not make sense because it's entity not found. It should not give a 500. It should return a 400. Entity not found exception. Am I missing something in my exception handler? Why is it not giving a bad request then? Entity not found exception. It's not being handled? What is going on here? It should give a read bad request. Okay, let's just create a new user. This is something I definitely have to look into because this is not normal. To do 500. Okay, so I don't forget. But then you will see here that if I put this token here, then hopefully now if we say here test create, then it will actually create the organization, which we can see here in our Docker, where I can say organizations. It has created tests with the new user. So this basically works. It just it looks horrible. It has to be cleaned up. There are some other things I have to look into. I mean, like, because of course now I should do a bit more than just this. The button should become spinning feedback button, which actually is interesting. Like, I thought my login button was also a spinning button. Apparently, I didn't do that yet. I don't have a feedback button yet. Lib common form. Nope, my form one is password field. And here's my form CSS. Form field, form group, form, which is used by these forms. Yes. My button should do that too, I guess. Yeah. Okay, but that's where I'm gonna end it for today. You see that, well, AI definitely hasn't helped that much. It helped me to set up the entire page, but then now I have to do a lot more work to actually clean it up. So what do I still have to do? I have to like fix layout, do the spinning button, whatever. I will do all of that off camera. I have to clean this up because this is a really go-to. What the hell is go-to? Dollar app navigation. What the hell is this even? I don't even know this existed. Svelte.js has a go-to. Wait, did I know this existed? Because I definitely should have used it and no. RF. Okay, here's my. Oh. Is this how? This can't be how. This is not decent formatting. Come on. Here as well, I put my H2 within my form. Okay, so normally I should say login button. Okay, submit. So I should say here on login. Here I do window location aref. Interesting. So apparently you have a go-to in Svelte.js, which definitely will help. This has to be completely revamped. This is just horrible, really horrible. This has to be extracted as well. And here as well, like what the hell is this? Creating with a button, like oh, creating, else create. Like creating double point. Does that even work? What the hell is this here as well? Email and passwords. Why would you have? Oh yeah, I already terminated everything. So yeah, no, that's where I'm gonna keep it. You'll see you next time, and I will show you the progress I've made. Bye.